Are you sick and tired of not being able to breathe, of having to deal with respiratory issues? That was me for about 2 years. I was struggling to fucking breathe. I was waking up consistently congested. Every day I would go to boxing, I would have to stop for like a quick 5 minutes to go to the bathroom to clear out my nose. It was one of the most disturbing and frivolous fucking things that you could ever possibly deal with, especially as a high performing athlete. I'm very active. I'm consistently going out and getting workouts done. I work out about once, if not twice a day. So that should be able to tell you a little bit about how active I am. And if you are this way as well with your business, you're an entrepreneur, there's nothing more painful and destructive than having to clear out your sinuses and clearing out your throat consistently in the middle of presentations and in the middle of meetings. It's just something that you shouldn't have to deal with. And I'll go ahead and start it off with mullein tea, right? So I started to drink mullein and ginger tea every single night. And I noticed that there started to be a little bit of a difference, but it wasn't necessarily 100% clear yet, right? I was waking up a little bit better. There was a couple of other things that I was also simultaneously doing. One of those things was mouth tape. So I started to use the mouth tape. You know, a lot of people see that on the internet, think that it's just an influencer thing, but there are a lot of proven studies that basically highlight that the more you're capable of breathing through your nose and behaviorally getting yourself accustomed to breathing through your nose at night, you tend to wake up a lot less congested. So I gave that a shot. That worked. Another thing that I did was I also bought a salt Himalayan diffuser. You could also add essential oils to it. My preferred essential oils was eucalyptus. I was giving that a shot. That ended up working out pretty well as I started to supplement vitamin D3 and vitamin K2. The reason why vitamin K2 pairs well with vitamin D3 is because it allows your body to actually absorb the vitamin D3. And if you tack on magnesium on top of that, it aids your body in actually utilizing that vitamin D3 to be able to actually get the benefits. So I started to utilize vitamin D3, vitamin K2, magnesium, and I mean, listen, like some of the symptoms could be as bad as brain fog, right? Low energy. If you are dealing with that, your lack of oxygen intake could be a factor to that, right? So that's another thing. If you're out doing business, you're on sales calls, you're making content, you're boxing, you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, you need to have your focus. You need to be on top of your A game to be able to perform at the level that you want to perform in. I did the eucalyptus essential oil diffuser, right? I'm going to go ahead and post a link to all of the things that I've used so that you guys can get access to it. It's not a good feeling, and somebody had to come up with the answer to this. Now, if it's really, really bad, which it was for me, like I was having pressure in my chest even, right? So one of the things that I started to do in the morning, I would actually go as far as putting a 15-minute timer for a 2-hour window. And every 15 minutes, I would have 2 cups, right? 1 cup of salt water and 1 empty cup. And I would gargle the salt water every time that timer went off, every 15 minutes. And I would spit that shit out in the empty container. And I would do that for 2 hours in the beginning of the day. I was committed to get rid of this shit because I was done with feeling tired all the time, low energy. I was done with stopping in the middle of a workout, having to clear my sinuses. I was done with all that shit, right? Feeling uncomfortable in the middle of certain presentations or when I'm communicating for a long time because I feel congested. And again, I could not find the answer for the life of me online, but now I'm glad that somebody's making this video to be able to share with you some natural remedies that you can utilize to get better and clear out any of those respiratory issues that you may be having, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go through this one more time in case you missed it, or you could always rewind the video. Mullein and ginger tea every night, mouth tape, vitamin D3, vitamin K2, magnesium, the essential oil diffusers with the salt gargles in the morning, staying hydrated. And also another thing too is your diet. If you're eating like shit, I mean, that wasn't my issue because I tend to eat a pretty clean diet. But if you're eating like shit, remove all of those processed foods, all of those junk foods. That's also going to help. Sugar is also a big contributing factor to that. So if you're stuffing your face with nonsense, obviously that's going to also contribute to the problem. So clean up your diet as much as possible. When you're not in your room, right, and throughout the day when you wake up, as long as it's not raining, open up some of your windows throughout your house. Let some fresh air circulate your space. Close them at night. Turn that diffuser on. Go to sleep with it. Put that mouth tape on. If you do this, your problems will go away. I guarantee that your problems will go away. It was a struggle for me. I was dealing with it for about 2 years, and within 2 weeks, everything was clear. So if you're struggling with this, give this a shot. If you have a friend that also could possibly be struggling with this as well, feel free to share this video with them and let me know in the comment section if this works for you.